Hello everybody, today I'm going to introduce to you the process of becoming an editor and contributor towards my site, maturenews.com. So first you're going to see these tabs. The home tab would be articles, and you see that we post articles relating to news, current events, politics, that sort of stuff. That's what we're going to stick to. I mean, maybe occasionally we'd be authorized to, I'd authorize somebody, or I would write a story about if there's a big sporting event or the Oscars or something like that. But other than that, we're sticking to just news, current events, politics. So to become an editor, click the Editors tab on the menu bar and fill out this editor application with the proper information. So name, for example, it could be Joe Schmo, first and last name. Email, maybe just, for example, joeschmo@weebly.com. Important note, to be able to edit the website, you obviously have to have, well, I guess it's not that obvious because you might not have seen it's powered by Weebly, so you have to have a Weebly account to access and be able to edit the site. So you can do that all on the Weebly.com website. Now finally, back to the application, you have to agree to responsibly edit the site in solely the articles tab right here, that section, with valid and appropriate content. Of course, that relates to the news we're looking for. Okay, then you submit it. I will get an email with the information with the email that you submitted. And I'll go to Weebly.com. On my dashboard, click Edit. And I'll go into the settings and be able to go under Editors, add you as an editor using the email joeschmo@weebly.com. Or just for example, I would use that and then add you as an editor so you could edit it. Alright, so again, only using the article section. To add it, if you see an interesting story that you want to write about, or that relates to what we're looking for, then you can just click New Post. Post title. So let's say Hillary Clinton becomes president. This won't I'm not saying this will happen necessarily. And also, I would probably be the one to write this big a story as webmaster. But this is just an example off the top of my head. And also, if you see a blog post by another editor, by another user, then that is essentially the same story that you were gonna write, then don't write an additional story. That's pretty much the exact same thing, because it would get very repetitive, and it just wouldn't make much sense to have two of the same stories. Alright, then the calendar will show up. It will be automatically open to the day it is on the time you're writing that blog post, but it'll probably be November 4th, maybe November 5th. Then, as you see, I drag this text box over below the date, and you say your name, so by, what I do is by Matthew, which my name, and I put in parentheses webmaster. You wouldn't put parentheses, but you can put your name, put Joe Schmo. If you just want a nickname or something like that, you put like Joey, for example, or a pseudonym or something like that. Okay, so, or you're going to say by Joe Schmo or whatever, and you're going to make sure it's black. The code is 000000, 6 zeros. And then you're going to increase the font size by 1 to keep it consistent with the rest of the site. Alright, after this, what you're going to do is add a YouTube video right below that. Double click and go into the advanced settings and make the size large. That's again to keep consistency of the site. And it's simple. Obviously she hasn't become president, and she won't necessarily become president, but just for example, if that were to happen, I would find a different one, but this is just an example of something related to Hillary Clinton. I'd go here, copy this URL from the YouTube site, paste it, then it shows up right there. Then you make sure it's centered. That's all good. Or if you don't want to do that, you could delete that. You could, instead of a video, you could use an image. Put that right underneath the author, and click this. So let's find an image of Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton. All right, images. This one looks good. Biography.com, a good credible source. Again, you want to use credible sources because that's important. And if you'd like, you can include links. If you take direct information from a source, you can include links to give that source kind of credit that you used. You got some information from that, so that would be nice. You can upload a photo from your computer to use, which would mean saving the image onto your desktop and then uploading. I just find it easier to click on image URL, paste it, insert. There you go. And you can resize it by clicking edit image. You want to make it around the amount of space a video would take up. So not too big, not too small. So after this, you want to have the actual information for the article. Put in another text just like you did for the author, right under Hillary Clinton, or the image or YouTube video right there. I usually find that a paragraph indent is approximately 12 spaces. So you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. And then you begin. Let's say Hillary Clinton wins the presidential election of 2016. Alright. And then you'd go on about the details and stuff like that. It will obviously be more text than this. It would be multiple paragraphs, generally, like this, and more sentences per paragraph, obviously. This is the default font color you want, the grayish look, and then you'll just highlight it and increase the font size by just 1 to, again, as I'm stressing, keep the consistency of the site. Alright, so under this, after you've finished all the paragraphs and text from the article, you're going to want to click enter and click enter again. Then click this bold icon, italicize icon, and write this story's poll. Here's where the interactive part comes in with our users. It's a nice touch to include a poll. So a poll question for this particular article could be, will Hillary Clinton make a good president? Then you'd go on about maybe, some say that she will make a particularly good president because of this, while opponents say that she might not make the best president because of this. So you could include some of that to give a little bit of both sides and to give some context. Alright, under this, you're gonna go to the More section on your blog, on your Weebly editor sidebar. Click drag poll right under the text you've used, then center it. Click edit poll. Create a new poll. See, I've already done this for previous things. In a previous video, I used, this video is just more in depth, which is why I created it. So the poll question, will Clinton make a good U.S. president? The answers would be, in this situation, yes, she will make a good president, or no, she will not make a good president. Then you can save the poll. 8, you click Poll Daddy style, and then you use style 8 out of 20. Keep consistency. Use the wide setting, 630 pixels. It's good for blog posts. Save the poll, and then add it to your page. Pretty simple, actually, once you get the hang of it. And see, it looks like that. And you can also once you post it, you'll be able to actually click on the multiple choice answers and vote by clicking this vote button. You can view results, and it's really cool. I personally, that's one of my favorite features of the site are the polls, because again, it's more interactive for the viewers. Then you'd click this post button and it would publish it to the site. So I have published it, but obviously it hasn't happened yet, so I might want to delete it. How you delete a blog post if you find that it's not accurate, or it was an accident, you mistakenly posted it, or something like that. You just click this arrow right next to the update, it's in gold, click delete post, yes, delete that post, and there we are, back to normal. If you're ever working on a post and suddenly Weebly glitches out like it tends to do, don't worry, because you'll likely find the post somewhere in the drafts, which is useful. So I think I about covered it. We have the title, date, blog author, image, a YouTube video, then the actual article text itself, and the poll. You can also include a bonus poll if you would like, here I'll give an example. I had a bonus poll on this my first story with Donald Trump. I could add a bonus poll. You can see it on the actual site. So if we look here, this is how it's set up. You just do bonus poll and tell us what you think in this bonus poll. Because we really like to get the opinions of our readers. So yeah, you can have 2 polls, but I'd say 2 is a good number, but 1's fine too. And this is just for the readers themselves more. You can also comment, leave a reply with your name, and you just comment with it if you want. If you really haven't nagged to, if you'd really like to just explain why you thought this was this for the poll, and to just kind of, again, I really like incorporating the readers in a more interactive sense. So with them, they can leave comments just to kind of explain themselves and give a little fresh perspective, different perspectives on the issues we're talking about. Alright, so we covered the Weebly editor, how this is going to work. And I think that is about it. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video and taking the time to become an editor and contributor towards the site, MatureNews.com, if you end up doing so. So thanks again, and go submit some videos. Thank you.